guys. We have a great deck profile from my trolling friend, who's mainly renowned for sushi. Lots and lots of sushi. But what did you play today, Kieran?
I was playing Abyss Actors, and I just love watching people suffer basically because they couldn't figure out what to do with my field spell on the field and a free set back row cards.
What are these cards worth? Sorry.
I'll tell you when this starts. So, you want to go through the main deck first, Kieran?
Yeah, so I'm playing mainly 3 ofs of the deck and then a few 2 ofs and 1 off. So first 3 off I was playing was Mela Madonna. She's pretty much the MVP of the deck. You can just pay 1,000 life points to search out any Abyss Actor monster, which is just really useful for you to just push on through players. And then the main card that I searched from it is Abyss Actor Superstar. Superstar, when it's special summoned, you can't activate spell or traps or effects in its when it's summoned, so you can't basically stop it from hitting the field. And then you can use the effect to set an Abyss script card from the deck. Next, I was playing 3 copies of Comic Relief. Comic Relief is a great card. Basically what it does is you just destroy itself and then creature swap with your opponent. So I actually made a lot of people frustrated by taking their boss monsters. I ended up with a Baron de Fleur at one point. I ended up with a Zeus. I ended up with a lot of monsters and people getting frustrated. It was quite funny. The next 3 of that I play is Curtain Raiser. It's just my starter basically. I activate in scale if I've got no monsters, special summons, and then it lets me go for my Link 1, which is just really helpful play altogether. Excuse that 2 of them are German. Eiswitz.
It's fine. Das ist gut.
Das ist gut, ja. Then I play 3 copies of Abyss Actor Extras. Basically, I play God's second variant, so when my opponent has monsters, I can special summon this from the Pendulum Scale. So if I open up, say, Curtain Extras, I can special summon 1, special summon 2, and then tribute the extras to get a scale from deck, so it just helps me extend further. That's it for the 3 offs. Then for 2 offs, I am playing 2 copies of Wild Hope. I didn't really use the effect much today of Wild Hope, but basically when he's in Pendulum Scales, he's a good card because you can just change your separate Pendulum Scale to scale 9, which means that you can get out your big boss monsters. When it's on the field and it gets destroyed, it lets you add 1 Abyss Actor card from your deck to your hand, so it just really helps.
This next song is by one of the freshest bands currently playing music. Everybody knows him, loves him.
The second 2 of that I play is Twinkle Little Star. To be honest, I could play this at 1. I was thinking of playing at 1, but I played it at 2. And basically, when it's in Pendulum Scale, I can target 1 Abyss Actor monster that I control, and it can attack monsters 3 times this turn. Otherwise, if it's on the field, it can just attack 3 times itself. It's not really a big attacker, but there you are. Moving on to the 1-offs of the deck, I play 1 Abyss Actor Evil Heal. He's literally just a big name, that's all I really use him for. 1 Morphage Goliath, just to really annoy my opponents when they hit that Waken the Dragons when it's set, because they see me looking through the deck thinking, hold on, why is it going to the deck, not the extra deck?
Well, you main it?
Yeah, I main it.
Why?
Why? Because I main Waken the Dragons, my field spell means that they have to pop my back row, so if they hit Morphage Goliath, special summon, it locks us both out the extra deck, but I don't really use my extra deck. I only use it for my Link 1, but I normally have it on the field before I've even gone to that play.
This is Pendulum.
What?
This is Pendulum.
I know there's Pendulum, but at the same time, if I've got 4 beat sticks on the field, I'm not really bothered because I do have a card that literally pops as many cards in the field as possible, and it's not once per turn.
Okay, I'm not going to say anything else now.
Then I play 1 copy of Sassy Rookie. He pretty much just stalls for a bit. He can't be destroyed once per turn, or if he's in the Pendulum Scale, he can stop my monster from being destroyed by battle or card effects once per turn by destroying himself. And then 1 copy of Funky Comedian, which, funny enough, it's kind of like an honest for the deck. Because when he's special summoned, he gains attack for each different Abyss Actor name on the field, and then I can target 1 Abyss Actor monster and it gains that attack. But then he can't attack because I've used the effect. But other than that, it's all you really use him for. So you get like a 5/1 evil heal, and then with Twinkle Little Star, it can attack 3 times.
So no hand traps?
Yeah, no hand traps. Well, I'll play him bones.
Okay.
Yeah, best hand trap, right?
If not, why not? I'm not going to question you on this because you turn up with like really, really bad tier and you keep topping and it makes everyone cry.
Yeah, it's what it is, man. So I have, for the spells, I play 3 copies of Fantastic Theatre. This card has made so many people wriggle in frustration today. Basically, as long as I've got a Pendulum Summon Abyss Actor on the field, when my opponent activates a monster effect, or the first time they do, it changes to pop one set card I control, and that really goes well with some of the cards that I do play in the deck, which are mainly Berserker cards, but also Waking the Dragons. And then draw power, obviously I play 3 Layer Darkness just so I can get to see my cards a bit more. And then the last 3-off spell I play is Rise of the Abyss King. Rise of the Abyss King lets you pop cards in the field equal to the number of Abyss Actors that you control with different names. Isn't once per turn. You can add it back from the grave and you can search it from deck. Also, with Superstar being a card, he can set it from deck and he's not a hard once per turn. So if you control 2 Superstars, you can just set 2 from deck and then activate both of them just to pop more cards on the field. If this card is set on the field and it gets popped, you get to basically search out any 2 Abyss Script or Abyss Actor cards and add them to your hand. So it's just a good card to have with the field spell, meaning that you just pop it, you get 2 searches, jobs are good 'un. Moving on to the one-off spells that I play. I play the obvious one Call by the Grave. I play the one Abyss Script, Abyss Tainment. This Abyss Script card is it's a bit iffy when I was playing it, but it worked out quite well. So it's a continuous spell. I contribute 1 Abyss Actor monster I control, and then it lets me add an Abyss Script back from the graveyard. But the set effect is so much stronger because if this set card gets destroyed, you can just special summon as many Abyss Actors from your deck as possible. There's no restrictions, so they can have the same name, their effects aren't negated, they all just hit the field. And then I play 1 Fantasy Magic. So Fantasy Magic, I didn't really resolve much today, but it's a good card to have just in general. You can target 1 Abyss Actor monster, and if it battles your opponent's monster and it don't get destroyed, you just put it back on top of the deck. And then if this card is set and then gets popped, again, you just target 1 card your opponent controls, put it on top of the deck. And then I play 1 Opening Ceremony, which is just a very frustrating card for some people because when I'm low on resources, I just set this card, and when it's popped set, you just draw 5. Oh, sorry, you draw until you got 5 cards into your hand. So if you've got no resources in hand and it gets popped, draw 5.
How many times have you resolved that today?
7.
Have you been like, field spell, set this 1 card, please activate something, I'm going to draw, I need to fix my hand?
Yeah.
Why?
Why? Because it's hilarious.
Konami hit Max C.
Yeah, but at the same time, Joel's absolute joke. I had this set, and I had Evil Heal set. Not Evil Heal, sorry, Rise of the Abyss King set. And my opponent had a 1 in 3 chance, and they ended up hitting the Abyss Tainment, which means I special summoned 5, but it was my turn, so I just went straight to battlefield, and he scooped.
Right.
Also, if you just activate this card, you get 500 life points for every Abyss Actor card on the field, but I never really use that.
Have you considered playing something like Demise of the Lands to turn out the field spell on your opponent's turn?
Potentially, yeah, but it's like, I just don't really look for good
Play the
cards.
Demise of the Land for Mystic Mind. That's it, that's all we play it for. That's all it says it.
Let's make Demise of the Land based.
I thought Demise of the Land said literally search Mystic Mind.
Yeah, that's what I mentioned. Actually,
Yeah.
now that you mention it.
Yeah. And then for the trap lineup, triple Imperm, just because Imperm's Imperm. 2 copies of Waking the Dragon, and then 1 Abyss Actor Curtain Call. And people ask me why I play this card. It's like, if I'm stuck and I just need to swing for game, I can activate an Abyss Actor spell card, which basically means I can activate this then. And when I activate this card, it skips Master Rule 5 completely because you add cards from your extra deck, add face-up Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters from your extra deck to your hand, and then special summon as many from your hand that you added to your hand. So you could just add 5, special summon 5, but they don't have to have the same name as the cards that you added.
Have you contemplated just playing board breakers instead of the Imperm? So like, we play Dark Ruler, break the board, kill them. Well, don't kill them. Kill them next time.
I've thought about it, but at the same time, it's like, I just like memeing on people. And what's more of a meme than when you go, this actually happened today. I opened up triple Allure of Darkness. I went Allure of Darkness, drew into a monster in Imperm, impermed one of his monsters. And then I activated the second Allure of Darkness, got a second Imperm and another Abyss Actor monster, impermed one of his monsters. Used the last Allure of Darkness, I got the Call by the Grave. So when to use Madonna effect, he went to Ash me, and then I hit him with the Call by the Grave. And at that point, it's just a skill level, right?
Felt bad.
Yeah, it was pretty funny though. Alright.
It's okay, we're here for fun times. YuGiOh.
Moving on to the extra deck. So I've got a weird extra deck, and you won't make sense at first, but then it'll come together. So I play 1 copy of Abyss, Assembly Nightingale. I play 1 copy of Numeron 1 Gate Ecam, with 1 copy of C1, just so I can banish the board. I can see that face you're pulling to me right now.
I'm just sitting there like there is no field spell, so you can't burn. So you're just there like, I can't make zero Boros, so we're making 4 zero Boros.
Just banish the field, do you know what I mean? If I'm in a tight situation, get rid of all the monsters. Pure and simple. I play 2 copies of Diablos. I made one player very terrified today because he had Resolved Desires, and this would have banished 11 from the top of his deck if he didn't negate it, which meant that I had a bit more chance to extend. And then, because I've got the Assembling Nightingale, just 1 copy of Zeus, as you do. And then for the Link monsters, I play 1 Anima, which I resolved about 6 times today, and people have just looked at me like, who the fuck plays this card? 1 copy of Link Rebo, didn't summon it once. The MVP of the deck, Abyss Actor Hyper Director, play it free. It's literally just any normal summon or special summon. You can go into a Link 1, then you can target one of your Pendulum Scales, you special summon it, then activate any Abyss Actor Pendulum Scale from deck. So it's such a great extender. So for example, if I've just got 2 extras, for example, going second, activate extras to special summon extras, and then activate the second extras in scale. Go for the Link 1, summon Abyss Hyper Director. You summon the extras, special summon Madonna. You activate Madonna from deck. And then you use the effect of the second extras on field to tribute itself and activate another scale, and then use a Madonna effect to search for a monster. Straight off your head. You normally search for Superstar, then you go Pendulum Summon 1, set an Abyss script, and then just pop your opponent's cards, start going for game.
Dude, I'm a Mariners player. Like, I just play 1 card combos. I don't have time to
You have to play decks that play themselves. My bad.
Yeah, it's also for ages.
1 copy of Wee Witch's Apprentice, just to get some extra damage on board. 1 copy of Nightmare Unicorn. And then I play 1 Boral Sword and 1 Boral Load Dragon. 1 Boral Sword and 1 Boral Load Dragon. Purely because I'm poor and I don't have cards like Avromax or Apollousa. Pure and simple. So yeah. And then Nib Token.
Do you not play Dark Charmer?
No. Why?
Dark Turbo.
Yeah, but at the same time, why?
I'm not.
If I use 90% of my Abyss Actor cards, I get locked into Abyss Actors for the turn.
So this is just for show?
Yeah. I summon these before I can use my Abyss Actor cards because they're safe for the rest of the turn.
Dude, you might as well just play Extravagance at this point.
Why?
Because you just said you don't use your extra that often.
Yeah, but at the same time, I summoned Boral Sword today. I would have won if I summoned Boral Lord, but hey ho, you learn from those mistakes. Still summon Boral Sword. So yeah, that's my terrible deck list. Enjoy.
Is there anything you change about the terrible deck list that made you win games?
My opponents. I changed the pairing so I don't have to play against a Sky Striker player who resolved Mystic Mind 3 times against me in 1 turn, in 1 game even. Because apparently out in 2 is fine, just him having the 3rd one already in hand really sucks. Other than that, yeah.
The script that just pops it though?
Yeah, but when you've used 2 of them and then you just keep on drawing into monsters and you can't use monster effects because of the Abyss script cards, kinda sucks.
I see hand traps. What is this?
Okay, actually. That's the side deck, sorry. I only have 11 side cards because I don't have enough sleeves.
Okay, I'm just going to explode it.
I did decide once today, by the way.
So let me get this straight. Your side deck consists of 3 Mystic Mind, 3 Mana, 3 Ash, 3 Ogre, and you sweat. Nah.
Yeah. And that's not Mystic Mind, that's Nibiru.
I'm not wearing my glasses, that's my defense.
Get good, bro. Anyway, yeah. And yeah, one of them's unsleeved because I only had 11 sleeves.
Will you be playing this next week?
No, I'm probably going to be playing Melfi next week just to trigger people.
I don't see Tri Brigade in there.
No. Pure Melfi, but I play the Tri Brigade trap because you can special summon Beast to special summon Tri Brigades from the extra deck.
Not even kit?
Nope, no kit. No Nerval. Pure Melfi. But at the same time, it comes with 4 types of negations in your opponent's turn.
No time going home.
I'll show you next week.